Deshaun Watson of the Vikings, still a possibility? All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus show. I'm Onebar with Lupagus and Aaron Wilson of ProFootballNetwork.com listing the Vikings as one of the teams that has reached out about Deshaun Watson.
Reached out, showing interest. He only listed 6 teams. Before we hop in that, be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the vids. Are we at 150 away to sit from 6,000? We gotta be close to it.
Oh, we're less than that. So hit that button. And also Aaron Wilson, Doogie vouched for this guy. He said that Aaron Wilson is in the know. So this isn't like Bob down the street writing this post.
Oh, this is Aaron Wilson. He listed 6 teams: the Browns, the Buccaneers, the Panthers, the Saints, the Seahawks, and of course the Vikings. You got to think, if this deal were to happen on the Minnesota side, Kirk Cousins would have to be part of this thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you look at what the Texans wanted, and now after the little bit of clearing up, at least legally, a little bit of clearing up, Deshaun Watson trade talk is back and ramped up, and they wanted 3 first-round picks, additional draft picks, and a player.
Yeah, and here's the problem with Deshaun Watson. They're going to want all that compensation, and then you look at his salary coming up. It's like $28 million for the next 4 years. It might even be higher some years. So it's going to be just like having Kirk Cousins back here. Yes,
Whoa.
I mean, money-wise, I'm saying from a salary standpoint.
Very, very big key point there.
Yeah, that's what I meant from a salary standpoint. Yes, very talented player. You'd love to have this guy on your team, but like you mentioned, his legal woes may not be. I mean, legal woes are over, but the NFL could still do something. So potentially a suspension coming up down the road. So you don't know what's going to happen with that. I just think for the cost, both what's going to cost you every single year, it's going to always make sure you're cap strapped, and the draft picks you're going to have to give up. The price is too high for me.
Well, when you look at, so I'm taking legal everything out of the picture. If he was he's 26 years old. If it's Deshaun Watson, the player, his contract doesn't worry me one bit. He is more than worth that. When you look at the draft capital, 3 first-round picks, look at our last 8 first-round picks. I mean, just look at some of these picks that we've picked anyways. You get your quarterback for the next potentially 10+ years. That's not crazy. Guys are playing until they're old as shit. And it's Deshaun Watson. Looking at just the compensation, I do it in a second, and it's not even close.
You would be so depressed not having a first-round pick for the next 3 years undrafted.
Yeah, but then I would look at our quarterback and be like, you know what? I'm not that depressed.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be tough, and I just think I'd have to pass. And these are teams. I mean, you got 6 teams showing interest, 6 teams calling. The Texans are in a great spot now because now you got a bidding war going on, and the price could go even higher. I know the Panthers really seem hard up to get a quarterback. Matt Rule's basically doing anything he can to secure his job. So I think the compensation might even be higher if all these teams do start bidding against each other.
Yeah, I mean, 3 first-round picks for Deshaun Watson really is like pocket change. I mean, look at what Russ Wilson. Well, I mean, he's what, 30, 33, whatever. I mean, that's 7 years older. And Deshaun Watson, hot damn. The other thing is Deshaun Watson is a no trade. He can veto these things.
Yeah,
so
well, I mean,
it doesn't matter what they give up. If he's not going to go there, he's not going to go there.
How many months ago was it where reportedly Vikings were on one of his lists of where he'd want to go and where he'd want to play, and why wouldn't he? I mean, look what he's got to throw to: Justin Jefferson. Maybe Adam Thielen will stick around. You got Delvin Cook as a running back, Irv Smith Jr. hopefully healthy. So a lot of weapons for Watson to utilize. And yeah, it would definitely be an exciting offense for the Minnesota Vikings for sure.
It is, and you mentioned, maybe his. I mean, we got the legal stuff is kind of cleared up as far as just what his future holds, but that doesn't mean that he. I mean, is he just an overall bad guy? I mean, that's an issue you got to think about too in the future. Is this going to be a concern moving forward when you give all those picks up? So when I say I do it in a second, I take that out of the equation. When I put all that back into the equation, if they did it, I'm not like pissed off or like, oh man, I wish they wouldn't have done that. I still would be like, oh, that's worth the risk. I mean, look at what we've done. Let's do it. Let's make a big ass move. You got Justin Jefferson, you got Dalvin Cook, throw Deshaun Watson in the mix.
Yeah. So I mean, again, you think something would have to happen. Either Kirk Cousins be part of this deal, or Kirk Cousins gets dealt, to the Colts or to the Seahawks first. You get that extra first-round pick. You throw that in the package for Deshaun Watson. That would be a big move, a big swing for Kwesi, taking out his big old nuts, making an impact move for the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know. I mean, a team that's backed up against the cap right now, is this the way to go? I don't know, but we'll find out. I'm excited.
Oh, you get Kirk Cousins off the books. You get you're going to obviously going to be restructuring a bunch of people. The money is not an issue at all. If you're going to have a good quarterback on your team, you're going to pay money for him. So he's cheap as far as when I look at it. And the other thing about this, the other angle is this just proves that everything they're saying about Kirk Cousins, you can't really take that serious, because if they're reaching out about Deshaun Watson, clearly there's some they have a lot of questions.
Well, yeah, I mean that, and then if they did, we don't know when he reached out. Did they try to extend Cousins? Did he shoot that thing down? And now are they reaching out? Or was this always part of the plan? Is this reason why they haven't made any moves? Were they waiting to see what happened to Deshaun Watson first? So those are all things that definitely could be factors. We don't know. We are not one of those 10 guys in the room having these talks. I wish I was. I really wish I was.
They would kick us out immediately. You'd be doing the fruit bowl over in the corner trying to get their attention. No, you would not like what they see.
I do the celery stick trick from MacGruber.
Oh, God. Hell of a trick. But you're right. I mean, now that if you get this many teams involved and Watson says, I'll go to like 3 of these, the bidding war could get a little crazy, because his talent-wise anyways, you never see players like this traded.
Yeah, no, he'd be the gas prices of trades.
But I don't want to talk gas prices. Never. I'm going to get a bicycle. Well, let us know. Comments. Deshaun Watson, would you want to see it happen? I remember when this came out, when he said he wanted to play for the Vikings a month or so ago, it seemed pretty torn down the middle as far as people wanting him, not wanting him. But
well, and then that legal situation was still, in the middle of things. So a little more step toward being clear now.
Well, when I look at these teams, Panthers, Seahawks, Vikings, Browns, Bucks, Saints, there's good 2-3 teams that would be very appealing if I'm a quarterback, and the Vikings are definitely one of them.
Absolutely. They'd be the top of my list. That's for damn sure. All right. So again, let us know what you think in the comments. Do you want Watson here? What would you give up to get him? Is the price too high for you, or is the price just right? And as you're thinking of me with that celery stick lodged between my buttocks, remember this: a snail can sleep for 3 years.